let you first. How do you feel? Very emotional, but like, it is emotional. A little bit like, oh my God, everybody's here, why did I do this? That's one thing. Well, actually, I think everybody in this room is very supportive of you right now.
Relax, you're good. Relax.
You know, and I think,
Yay!
how courageous, because tell everybody, because I can see, we can all see on your face, something just shifted. Remember we talked about state and neurons in her head? Did you see some things start to light up? And I've done all the Tony Robbins classes.
Yeah, I think you could recognize as things were being defined in her own awareness going through the process. Like as she was getting a better definition of what these different entities are.
Carol's all emotional too back there. And I'll tell you why. And this is what this work does. And I know I chatted a lot in the beginning. And that's why these seminars take several days or a whole weekend. You know what's going on in your brain right now? And in your heart. And I didn't. You know, what did we do? And we did it quickly. Two parts of her. Can you imagine? Each one of us has. I have a lot of these. I went through. I mean, I went through some amazing ones. One part was messy. One part was wanted to be clean. Do you know what? Now I can't walk past things and not want to clean them.
Right.
It's phenomenal what happens in your brain. I'm so proud of you for stepping up and doing this, and for allowing it. And you know what's interesting is you all had a shift. Carol had it. Look at her face. Her nose is all red. She's crying. You inspired that in her by being your courage to take that leap. This procedure of parts integration is the most powerful thing I've ever encountered. Carol, do you want to share what's going on? That's all right. But it is wild. And when you do this, for any little thing, that fast something can change. Give me that. Woo! I'm really, that's why I was so excited. Everybody, everywhere I went, started doing these crazy things. All right, you know what? I want to do something with Gene. Gene, come here for a second. I know you're going to leave. Come here. Because I'm not quite sure what you guys are doing, but again, this is such a truncated kind of experience.
It still shows up.
Would anyone like to try being hypnotized? It may or may not work, and it's irrelevant whether it actually does or does not. Want to try something? Come on. I know you want to try it. It doesn't matter if it works or not.
No, I had a question, and I'll get that one.
Does not. It's okay.
The neuro-linguistic programming. I know that it's a technique, it's a process, it's a method. But how come, to change the way you talk to yourself, you really have to improve the self-esteem, self-value, self-worth. And so, once you prove those areas, either quickly, through those sessions, through the parts, or through some longer process, then you can begin to apply those techniques in a much more efficient and effective way. And so, I'm just wondering, how come, when you talk about NLP, you don't talk about self-esteem, or maybe you are through that example, but not necessarily in your slides and your.
You know what? Because self-esteem to me is like talking about, I care about the race car. I care about tuning up, getting it polished, getting great, training the driver. I don't really care about the race. The race is yours to drive. But if I could take and get inside your head, you know what? We've got 50 things that are eating away why you're not where you want to be. Let me tweak each one of those. And you run your race, and I'll tell you what. First of all, even after today, your race is just not the same. You're going to leave here because I had a chance to talk to your unconscious. And whether you know it or not, we've had a conversation. And your unconscious just got cracked open a little bit. Says, I'm a little more curious than when I first sat down. I didn't even know what NLP was. I didn't understand that I could change the conversation in my head. So all of a sudden, no matter what you're thinking, where you are, what you're feeling, you're going to leave shifted. That's exciting. That's monumental. I know that you're going to leave today, and you're going to go, wow, you know what? I don't necessarily know how. Maybe I call, or maybe I schedule an appointment, maybe I don't. But I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to pursue this because I know it's possible. When I sat alone in my room for many years, I didn't know this was even possible. And I think that's what's different. I think that's what Tony Robbins opens up to people. That change is possible without, I didn't want to go to psychotherapy. It didn't interest me. this goes, wow, I can make these changes. I can take a dislike of yours. If anyone's got like a specific dislike, and I can, in about, I don't know, 15 minutes. Jose's was Diet Coke to, actually it was regular Coke, to, and I'll just tell it to you because in an effort of time, it's almost 7:40. He loved it. He said to me, I love the cold of the can, the crack of this. I just love this. I said, let's write this down because in 20 minutes, you're not going to believe you said that. Then I did a whole procedure with him. It's a picture thing. It's all that visceral. You have to see it. You have to picture what it is, whether it's in black and white or color. Is it moving? Is it not moving? Is it far? Is it close? You take that picture. Your neurons are on fire. I can see your neurons on fire. It's what? They're like, I see that picture. You know exactly the space where that picture is. And then I said, I need something that's similar texture. For him, it was tomato juice. When he was a little boy, and this is great, because he was a little boy, Spanish speaking, he said to his dad, get me tomato juice. The dad brought it to him, he cracked it open, kind of like the Diet Coke, took a sip and almost gagged. Worst thing he's ever had in his life. Grabbed his throat and said, this is horrible. I said, I want you to picture that. For him, that picture was over here. Actually, the picture was kind of dim, it was in black and white. But I had him speak to his dad. He was in the picture. And all I did was bring those two pictures together in his own head. And by the way, Mike, I wasn't really talking about that, but that's called as a break of state. When you break somebody's state, it's like saying, do you smell popcorn? You go, what? Your state breaks for a second, then you bring them back. And I want you to imagine that tonight, when you go home, you're going to have this moment. You're going to look back a week from now, and you know, I used to go home at night and want somebody to eat and make that comfortable. And now I find my comfort comes from getting a kiss from my husband, reading a book, watching television, getting in a bathtub. My comfort no longer comes from food. Can you imagine that being a possibility? It is nice, but I'm going to say but I'm going to hold that it's more than nice. I'm going to hold that your self-esteem and your need to be whole requires that you don't have food left. Can you imagine that? I think you're going to do that, can't you? Yeah. Won't you? Yeah. And you're going to call me.
Yeah.
And you're going to go and call me, well, wait a second, how's that? Just know that it's possible. Just love it. Love it. Because there's more at stake than what you ate. And he's going to love it too.
Woohoo!
Question.
I think I'm feeling comfortable enough to get hypnotized.
Oh, cool. Come on up for a second. I just want to try this. Here's the thing. The
I
formal
also
part.
had a question about this because
Don't question it.
well, somebody behind me had mentioned a definition of their belief.
Right.
And it connected with it. It's the idea of being at a certain age where you feel like, you know, I guess this career just isn't going to take hold. And there are some times that feeling creeps up on me. It's not omnipresent, it's not how I feel most of the time, but there are times that it feels like, why this struggle against this career? Should I be looking at something completely different? And I'd like to help banish that thought, to, you know, recognize it for self-defeat.
Well, come on up here.
So now we're not going to banish that thought.
I was just like you before I got hypnotized. Now I am a psychic. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, Gene's going to fake this. And I tried to. I do not lie. And I couldn't believe it. It creeped me out a little bit how real it was.
It was.
And
We saw you.
We all saw it.
I'm getting charged up. Whether or not you saw it, I felt it. The eye thing, that creeped me out. I need you to snap me back at like 7:45 so I can get out of here. But I know I was content prior to doing this. I just said, I'll do it at a party.
Like I said, it may or may not when we did it at a party. Here's the thing. The formal part of the speech is pretty much.
You're gonna rock
The only reason I want to do this, I want to try it.
Come
You
on,
guys have a good time, by the way?
Yeah.
Is this interesting?
More questions? No, it don't matter where you sit. She's gonna do
Oh,
her
no,
thing.
have a seat, have a seat.
We're
Just
gonna
have a seat, get relaxed.
go. Watch, this is gonna be great. Now that I'm all experienced and everything.
Here's the thing.
That was interesting.
Because this works, I'm just going to take
Tell us
some.
more, Gene.
Yeah, we're getting kind of scared, Gene.
Here's the deal. I got to hold it.
I love it.
What's interesting? Here's the thing about hypnosis, and this is because I just got certified in this, and this is really new. Who here has ever driven home and not know how they got there?
Without alcohol, Mike.
Mike, you've been in a trance. That's what trance is. In fact, Bill Erickson, the hypnosis therapist to the stars, said that most of us walk around 80% of our lives in a trance. Ever watch TV? Watch my son playing a video game, he lives in a trance. That's what that is. In fact, do you ever need to close that computer just for a second, just so it goes dark? That's what trance work is. And here's the interesting thing is the more that you do trance, the better it gets. So if you guys would just close your eyes, put your feet on the floor. I have to ask you, do I have your permission to be hypnotized?
You do.
Thank you. Permission to be
You need to
hypnotized?
hit the
I'm all yours.
Well, and that helps. That's a really lovely thing to feel. Because what I want you to do is I want you to sleep. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to relax. Just going very, very deep. Big breath in. And by the way, you get home, you can play along. Because what it is, what hypnotism is the most relaxing state that you can be. Meditating is kind of where you think about a single thought. Hypnotism is where you think about nothing. And so what you're going to do is you're going to listen to the sound of my voice. And you're just going to sleep. And you're going to go really, really deep. You're just going to relax. And you're going to take off my shoes because they make way too much noise. I'm just going to go deep. I might even read a little bit from the book just to make sure that I'm doing exactly right. Now here's what's interesting is you're going to hear noises in the background, and the more noises that you hear, just know that that means you're just going to keep going deeper. And you're going to get more and more relaxed as you do it. And when they're flushing in the bathroom, that's another thing. Just make sure you go to sleep. Absolutely go to sleep. Just kind of very relaxed. So it's very, very relaxed. Just kind of allow things going on. Now one of the things that I want you to do, just to test and see how relaxed you are. By the way, when we're finished, you're going to open your eyes, you're going to find you're going to be completely wonderful, but now you're totally asleep. Totally asleep. Totally asleep. You are totally asleep. Every time I touch you, you can go even deeper asleep. Really relaxed. I'd like you to close your eyes. I'd like you to shut your eyes so tight. Your eyes are glued shut. They're so tight, they're so tight, they're so tight that you can't imagine possibly opening your eyes. If you wanted to, they're so tight, they're completely shut. Squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them. Squeeze them. How tight are they? And now, what I want you to do is I want you to try to open them. And you can't, and you think this is funny. You think this is really funny, but you can't open your eyes. Can you open your eyes? No, you can't. Can you open them? Is it funny, Jean? Is that funny? Now that sound of the phone means that you're even deeper than your words, okay? I love that. Don't even try to open your eyes. Don't even try to open your eyes. That's a sound of you just going as deep and as relaxed as you can possibly be. Asleep. And in a few seconds we're going to wake up and you'll be fine. You're not going to remember any discomfort at all. You're going to have the most wonderful time of your life for the rest of the evening. Completely asleep, totally asleep. Nice. Now one of the things that I want you to imagine is I want you to imagine that your legs are so crazy heavy. Oh my God, your legs are so heavy. Gravity is just working overtime on your legs. And I would like you, when I ask you, not now, but when I ask you to pick up one of your legs, and you're going to find that you can't because it's so heavy. Jane, Johnny, pick up one of your legs if you will. See, you're trying, yeah, but it's so heavy. Isn't it hard? It's really hard. It's so hard. That's okay. That's okay. You can stop trying because I want you to go back to sleep really, really deep. I want you to take it, I want you to do it as deep as you can possibly. And I want you to take your right hand, and I want you to extend your right hand out as hard as you can. I want you to make a fist. I want you to be as stiff and rigid as possible. I want you to take your hand out, and I want you to be as stiff and rigid as it possibly can. I want your hand to be so hard that no matter what I do, you can't push down. I want it to be so stiff and rigid, no matter how hard I push down on your hand, it's not going anywhere. I want your hand to be so stiff and rigid, no matter how hard I push it, it's not going anywhere. How stiff and rigid can you make it? Even stiffer, even, oh! Let it relax. Let it relax. Just go to sleep. Just let it relax. Just let it relax. Just let it relax. Very deep. Totally sleep. Totally sleep. Totally sleep. Completely relax. You're so relaxed. If you would, I want you to take your arms, and I want you to just start circling them for me. Just start circling your arms for me. I want you to take these two arms and just start circling. And keep circling a little bit faster, a little bit faster. When I snap my fingers, I want you to go complete the other direction. Not now, but when I snap my fingers, you can go the other direction. Not now, when I tell you to go completely in the other direction. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but in the Miss America pageant, they wave. Jean and Johnny, I want you to wave to the crowd. I want you to wave like in the Miss America pageant. I want you to wave to the crowd. Just wave to them. That wonderful, wonderful wave. Now I'd like you to put your hands down. Completely asleep, completely relaxed. You are completely asleep. You're drifting, drifting, falling, dropping. You've never felt quite so peaceful in your whole entire life. Completely asleep. In a few minutes I'll wake you up and you'll feel completely fine, but for now you're just so relaxed. Now one of the things that you can do when you're this tired and this sleepy, you can talk in your sleep. You can totally talk. Everyone's heard people who talk in their sleep. What I would like you, Johnny, to do is I would like you to forget the number 3. You've never heard of that number. You don't know the number 3, okay? Would you? Now you can easily speak, Johnny. I would like you to count to 5 for me. Please, when I say not now, but when I say just count to 5. Ready, go. One more time. If you cannot remember the number 3, I would like you to count to 6 for me, if you would. A little louder.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
That's really good. That's a good job. I go back to sleep. Really good sleep. Gina, I would like you to get your name. You have no idea about what your name is. What is your name? And you just go even deeper in your arms, kind of relax when you sleep. Just let it relax. And so if we said, if I asked you to introduce yourself to somebody, because it's easy to do that, can you please tell me what your name is, sir? And I have no idea what it is. Any idea what your name is? How about if I ask you to sing the first line of Happy Birthday and you easily know your name at the end of that? Could you please do that right now?
Happy birthday to you.
What's your name now? Do you know your name? You don't know your name? Gee, you have no idea what your name is, Gene. Yeah, but you've completely forgot that now. So if I ask you to say, hello, my name is, can you simply say, hello, my name is? And then say your name.
Hello, my name is Gene.
Good. Good. Can you go back to sleep on it? Nice. Now, one of the things that you can do when you're in trance, and it's so easy, is that your head and your body are completely disconnected. Your mind can be awake, but your body's asleep. Your body can be asleep, and your mind is awake. So in a minute, I'm going to ask you to open your eyes. Not now, but when I ask you. And I'm going to have an object in my hand. I'm going to have a tennis ball. I want you to tell me the color of the tennis ball. And then, Gene, I'm going to throw the tennis ball to you first. Then I want you to throw the tennis ball to Johnny. And Johnny, you're going to throw the tennis ball back to me. Gene, you're going to tell me the name of the tennis ball, the color of it. And then, Johnny, you're going to tell me the color of it. So you're going to stay completely asleep, completely relaxed. You're not going to wake up at all. You're completely relaxed. Simply open your eyes. Gene, look at my hand and tell me the color of my tennis ball. It's great. You do hear me catch that? Johnny, can you open your eyes? Johnny, can you open your eyes and catch the ball from Gene? What color is his tennis ball? Can you catch it for me? Can you throw it back to me? Can you go back to sleep? I'm just going to close your eyes for me. Thank you. And then you got to go, and that's what's on your mind.
Well, I'm awake now.
Did I open your eyes?
Now I'd be faking if it's
Yeah, don't be fake. Gene, stay completely asleep. Johnny, completely asleep. Johnny, can you do me a favor? Can you stand up for me? Can you completely, in a completely quiet state, just stand up for me? Do you like to dance at all? Yeah, what kind of dancing do you do? Let's see what kind of dance. I think you're a tango dancer. Yeah, you just want to kind of dance for me, because you can hear the rhythm. I think it's salsa. How do you do salsa down there? Oh, I love salsa, yeah. That is kind of fun, isn't it? Oh, yeah, I think the music's really loud. I think the club is kind of steamy, and you're getting hot. You're getting so hot that you're embarrassed. Your forehead is starting to sweat. Can you be fair? Can you kind of wipe this forehead? I'll wipe the sweat off your forehead. It's getting really, really hot in here, but you want to keep dancing. I'm going to count. You are just loving dancing. In fact, you know what? There's a new thing where you kind of turn around while you dance. Can you turn around for me while you dance? Yeah, you're just kind of doing the salsa and you're dancing and you're just loving it. I absolutely love that. I want you to stay completely asleep. The chair's right behind you. Just come and sit down. It's so nice. Johnny, every time I say your name, every time I say your name, can you just say God bless America for me? So if I say, you know, have we just been enjoying everything that he's been doing? God bless. And I would say, Johnny, thank you very much.
God bless America.
It's kind of interesting. I love that sound. That sound just makes you even deeper, Johnny.
God bless America.
Now I have to tell you, you've been absolutely wonderful. It has been really nice. And what I'd like you to do is you're going to be completely relaxed. I'm going to bring you out. And every time I count a number up from 5 to 1, you're going to get even more awake, but more relaxed. You're going to have such a wonderful time. You're going to tell when you wake up, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go over to Mike Novella, who's the owner of the club, and you're going to give him a big kiss. Is that okay? Can you do that for me? No, that's kind of weird. How about if you gave Forbes Riley a big kiss? Can you do that? It's much more attractive, all right. What I'd like you to do when I get to 1 minute is I'd like you to be down on one knee and just kiss my hand. I think you can do that, can't you? That's easy, right? Yeah, okay. So we're going to get 5. No, we're going to get to 4 and you're so much more awake and you feel great. We're going to do 3. You're feeling wonderful. You get to 2 and now you're at 1 and you're completely awake. And I want to thank you so much. Come on, stand up. How nice. You just feel great. Yeah, you feel wonderful. Very nice. You did good. You're going, should I kiss her? Should I not kiss her? You know, you just give her one round of applause. What did you experience?
The experience is somewhere between awareness. It's not like being unconscious because there's a level of consciousness when you're in that state, but it's not nearly like being fully awake and aware. kind of that zone between.
You got it, yes.
Can we give them both a
I was
round of applause? You know what?
No, yes, when you opened my eyes, you ruined my buzz.
I should have had to dance while you were asleep. But you know what I want to share with you? Because I know you experienced whatever you experienced and felt whatever you guys felt, correct? It's kind of wild what you saw. When I saw that for the first time, my head said, wow, my subconscious is so much more powerful than I gave it credit for. So every time you language to somebody, you say what? Say you can't, guess what? You can. When you say words like, imagine if, as if, behave as if you have the $1 million, behave as if the girl of your dream is in your life, these things come to you. Just what you saw and experienced, I mean, you're in a very different world now, aren't you, since a couple of
Do you guys believe that, what we did? Really? Okay.
You know what, Gene?
'Cause
I couldn't pick my legs up.
Me either.
I couldn't pick my legs
I
up.
was
Yeah, my legs were heavy.
You didn't believe
Yeah.
it
I was like,
because
man,
I
I couldn't
encouraged
pick
you
up
to
my
try it.
legs.
So because for me, I was like, yeah,
That's a
right.
good point. I didn't
and
think of
I
that.
did it, and it just, I don't know, I didn't insert little thoughts. You just let it go. You got to be totally relaxed. I forgot about the jobs I have to get out. It was just everything, and I was just at another place, and I got my batteries charged up right now, and that's, I don't know
You
why.
gotta do a
but
split next time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
you gotta split. I gotta
all
split.
I know is get hooked on this thing. She starts selling it. Oh my God, I'm gonna be broke. But anyway, it's good. It was wonderful. I encourage you all to.
Well, here's what's interesting, and I don't want to do this in America. Again, this is a little new to me, and it's really powerful. But the things that you can put in place, if you said to me in a session, and I wouldn't do it in public, because in public, there's a certain responsibility. You don't want to get too personal. To say, here's the things I would like to shift. They're easily shiftable, and it's put into your head in a place. Now, here's the thing, and I want you to know this is why I did this. He said no. In that state, he had no desire to kiss Mike. I wanted to see if that was possible. But that's my test. You cannot make somebody kill somebody or do anything you don't want to do, but the things that you do
I
want to do,
appreciate that.
You see, didn't ask me, Mike. I'm gonna put a big whack.
That's why she didn't ask you.
I want more drinks.
the things that you want to create are so within your grasp. And I'm going to challenge each one of you to do something amazing. I mean, this was really lovely that Mike let me have this chance at the Entrepreneur Social Club to do this, to explore, to play. I would love to hear some feedback from you guys when this is over and we take a break. I would love you to consider going, hey, maybe I want to do a session with her. You know, there's also phone coaching. I also think that we can take the Entrepreneur Social Club to a whole other level and keep growing as a group. I do have to